Hello, welcome to the relatives. We're sitting around our table with me, Chris,
Barbara, and Carol.
and our topic today is going to be finding your own voice. And how do you do that? How do you help your kids do that? And when our society, when everybody is telling you who you are, what to wear, what you should say, what to think, I think it's very hard, especially for our kids today, to find their voice, and even for young adults, and even for us as we get older, to find our voice, I guess, right? So what is your definition?
Not everybody can be a leader. Not everybody could be the one to take over and be the voice for the crowd or be the voice.
I was just going to say, what is your definition of finding your voice? What would you say that would be your definition?
Finding your place and being happy. I mean, not everybody could be the voice and be there and talk by their. You got to have some listeners and some speakers. Not everybody. I can't get up in front of a crowd and talk.
Well, apparently you can.
But I mean, I'm
like
not thinking about who's listening.
Yeah.
But I could never. I mean, that one time, Timmy.
Don't say that, because what if we go on the road and we start this? You would have
to sit behind a screen like in confessional.
You would not.
But just like when Timmy, I had to say something at the church. I was a basket case.
My uncle passed away, and
I'm talking about at his wedding. I had to read the gospel.
Oh.
I was a basket case, and other people or my husband could go up there and read anything. He loves a microphone. Give him a microphone.
Yeah, but I think that comes with shyness, and you're just not. I don't know.
But that's my point. Everybody can't be the voice to be heard. There's always got to be the little voice and the big voice.
Yeah, but okay, so if you think, no, and not everybody could be a leader, I totally agree, but do you teach your kids to be a leader?
Wow,
I tried to.
know. Yeah.
And then you're looking at the voice as a speaker. What about your voice in your own life?
Yeah. We're
Like
not
as a
talking about like
mother.
on display at a speech class. We're talking about like your voice as a human being, as a woman in our society when you were young, or did you feel like you could, like we're talking like finding your voice from a teenage girl that wants to be accepted by the clique, and she has to wear certain outfits, but she doesn't really want to, and she wants to set her own path.
So that's a voice?
But does she go along with the clique and wear, those certain slimsy outfits, or does she find her voice and say, you know what, I'm not going to go with that?
I know, that's
or in the 20s, you're at work and, somebody is, mistreating you at work. What do you say? Do you tell your boss? Or if you have an idea, do you tell your boss?
See, I'm not a snitcher cat. I would not go around and tell my boss.
But I think that's not being a snitcher cat if you're finding you're not trying to get that but if it's inappropriate, you have to, but you're like that. You don't say something. Carol and I say something. Right, Carol? Would you?
Yes, we do.
Would you?
We have put our foot in our mouth.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, just like that with the policeman. I wouldn't call or see or just let it be. Whatever they did, they did.
That's what's wrong with the society, though, Mom. If say something, see something. But you do, and then it's a whole...
Yeah.
But I don't know. What about...
I believe that if something's not right and your voice can make a difference, be heard.
Ooh.
Wait a minute. That's your opinion that it's not right.
That's all I'm giving my opinion. I can't speak for anybody else but myself.
No, she's saying that your opinion that it's not right.
Not right with somebody else.
Let's just say I'm in a store and I seen someone steal something. Now
you're going between right and wrong. Let's say you were in a store and you saw a woman try a dress on. She said, "Oh, isn't this gorgeous?" And you thought, "Oh my God, she looks terrible in it."
I would probably say, "You look terrible in it."
Oh, I know. I wouldn't do that. Oh, if she asked for my opinion?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you look terrible in it. I'd say I probably would keep looking.
That happened to me in the store one time. My girlfriend and I went shopping for a dress. We're going to a wedding. And my girlfriend put on this dress, and she looked terrible. I mean, really looked terrible. And the sales lady said, "God, you look so nice." And I said, "Don't you lie to her."
Yeah, did you?
Did you
I
say
said,
that?
"She does not look good at all. She needs to keep looking." Because she looked 10 pounds heavier. Wow. She looked very frumpy in it. It just it wasn't for her.
But that was your opinion.
No.
That's how you've seen it.
No, but that's a situation now. The girl that works there is trying to sell
the dress.
So she doesn't really have an attachment to this woman we're trying the dress on. But you do. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
right?
But, yeah, but as again, we could all look at an oil painting and you love it. I thought, I don't even like it. It's the same thing.
But then again, it's your opinion, but you're entitled to it just as you're entitled to like it. I'm entitled not to like it.
I agree with you on
Now,
that.
if you really thought, like, if my girlfriend really thought she looked good in that dress, then go buy it. Just go
But
buy
in my
the dress,
opinion,
and I'll try not to
you
laugh
looked
that night. But I just think that that's one thing we're missing in our society is we're just afraid to open our mouth. I'm not saying to be hurtful. I'm just telling her how I see it. I felt it was something she.
My first question would be, how do you like it? Then my second question would be, is it comfortable? Do you feel comfortable in it?
Because you look terrible. You're making me feel uncomfortable.
That's my thing. You feel comfortable in it. That's what you're going out. You want to feel comfortable.
Yeah, but Ma, you're
in the
talking
dress.
at an age of your age. You got to look at somebody in high school or at a 20-year-old. I mean, let's say you're with your friend. Okay, let's say, and I would love to hear from people. Let's say you're in your 20s and you're with your girlfriend and she's trying on a dress that you get a wedding to go to. What do you say? I tell her, no, you have to continue looking. Maybe in the 30s you would say no. When you get older, maybe you'd be like, oh, she can slat. You know what I mean? I don't know I don't know. I mean,
again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, but you like to be
I need
quiet,
not
stay
say no
quiet.
more.
I'm not like that.
No, I am very quiet. I mean, the other thing is my husband's a complainer. So how can I complain when he's constantly complaining?
But that's his role.
There are times I
there's
like
the
to say,
complainers and the non-complainers.
This is colder. But he's already complained about the coffee, the soup, I'm going to complain again. I said, oh, forget
Yeah,
it.
but Mom,
I
he's 80.
can't.
He's 80.
He was always like that.
Okay, well then,
How
that's
many
the beast.
complaints can you sit? And then they look at me. I'm not complaining. He is.
Oh, I don't know, Carol.
But again, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What you may not like, somebody else does. That's why they make.
But that's what we're talking about. That's the voice. That's the definition of the voice. You may like something and somebody else, but you have to have the courage to say something. If you stay silent, then you're muting your voice. If you say, let's say you didn't like something I did, or when I was in my 30s and the kids were young, maybe you didn't like the way I did something. And if you stayed silent, you really should have corrected me, then that's not right. You should have had your voice and said, listen, I love you. I just don't agree with the way that you're handling this. And the person receiving that information should be able to receive it. I guess that's too healthy. I don't know.
This other situation I could think of, my girlfriend, we were out shopping. There's another friend, and she put on this yellow jacket. It was like a yellow coat. I wouldn't say it's a raincoat, but it was just like a nice yellow coat. And I said to her, now you look like Big Bird. And I didn't mean that she looked big because she's a nice-looking woman, but because the color yellow made me think of Big Bird. And her feelings got hurt. But if I let that slide, then we could have been maybe mad at each other, or she could have got mad at me.
She did let it slide, or she laughed it off?
I came and I said, you just took that wrong. I said, I meant the color yellow. I'm actually envious of you in that coat. You look very nice. But the color yellow makes me think of Big Bird.
Carol, remind me, okay?
But
if I
there
ever
again.
wait, excuse me. I never want to go shopping with you. Okay? So, because I don't want to be a big bird or 10 pounds heavier. What? No. No, but
you wouldn't have said nothing. You wouldn't have had hard feelings with her.
Was she mad at you for the rest of the day?
No. We worked. It was okay now. But she just, because what I said, the color just made me think of Big Bird.
It was
I would have felt insulted.
I mean, she didn't have no feathers coming out or anything.
No, but it was
the
just
color.
a Big Bird.
Or I could have said you look like a rubber duck. Maybe I should have said that. It was just a color.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a color that was so popular back in that day.
But I think, I think you have to be less sensitive too. I mean, Big Bird, Carol.
Yeah,
she didn't quack or nothing.
Did she lay an egg?
I'm just thinking of things that I think it's.
You're
it's
trying
just,
to be funny.
You open your mouth and sometimes you don't,
you put
correct
your foot in your
what you
mouth?
said, you can have a problem. But if you do.
But I hope you can have fun and laugh at yourself.
Oh, yeah, we had fun. We did. We had fun.
I think maybe I would have laughed at that one.
Yeah.
And your sense of humor is everything to me. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. My brother-in-law always says you could put my sister and I in a closet and we'll have a ball. And I think that's true.
Not everybody's, I don't know. I just think in this day and age,
It's different. Yeah,
Yes,
you're right.
and you can
No,
take
we
it.
get July
No, but
4th.
you could take it the wrong way. People have their voice, and some people abuse it. Like you'll say, let's say you read an article online, okay, and then after the article, there's a space for comments, okay. People will rip into people making comments, and they don't even know each other. They're complete strangers.
Yeah.
I've read some of them, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's taking it a little too far. Like they'll call each other names, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is happening here?
Yeah.
Like people are more braver behind the computer, but
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes.
then
Yeah.
it's kind of sad. But you want your voice in a good way, in a positive way. So how would you think in positive ways would you guys say?
Oh, I mean, I don't think I would. If I don't know if I could tell someone they look terrible in a dress or whatever.
Okay, if you look
And
bad,
I always say that. Are you comfortable in it? And
but that's
the
showing
dress
your
to get.
age, though. That's you can't. Comfort is not always the right answer. Nah, listen.
Your depends isn't
Yeah,
showing.
no. She hasn't gotten to that point yet. But wait. So listen. So let's say you were trying to dress on, okay, and I was in there and you said, how'd it look? And I thought it looked terrible. Wouldn't you think I would say, Mom, that's not for you? Wouldn't you want me to tell you?
I don't know.
If
I
you,
felt
if
comfortable,
you
is
I
number
would
one
just-
before what you look.
totally like it and you think you look good,
Yeah,
then
I
I would
buy
step
it.
away. Yes, that's up to you. But you asked me my opinion, and I don't think it looks good.
No, I don't think she would ask anybody's opinion, though. I don't think you really care. Well, not in this stage in your life. When you were think when you were in your 30s or in your 20s, or when you were dating.
I was a good dresser.
See, you're still a good dresser, but now it's comfort for you because
Yeah.
you're older.
Yeah.
Now you get somebody in high school or in their 20s. Comfort's really not that.
Yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
you're
They
right.
want to look good and they
You're
want to, turn heads.
Style.
and-
You're right.
I mean, you're thinking, I want to buy shoes, because they're comfortable. Well, younger people don't want that. They want to look good.
Yeah.
They'd rather wear those 4-inch heels and die.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't
Not
know
everybody
how-
can walk in those.
No.
But if I see somebody walking good,
I compliment
do
it.
that. Me too.
I do too, Mom.
I said, not everybody can walk in those shoes. You're doing a
Yes,
good job.
I envy every woman out there that can walk on high heels. I wear heels, but those high heels, and when they're they're low, and then they go up
stilettos or
high, and they
something. Yeah.
look beautiful the way
And
they
some
walk.
of them had a platform there for a while.
I could walk on the platform more than I can walk on like stiletto. Yeah.
Well, I remember
envy.
when we were young, we used to wear gym shoes to work and then put your heels on at work. Do they still do that? We'd go on
Downtown?
the,
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But I would
wear
love
heels every day.
I would love for someone to send us information on how to walk on high heels, because I'm sure there's a YouTube video out there, but I don't know how people do it.
Yeah.
Or their toes stuck in those shoes.
Yeah. I mean, I did it when I was young, and
Yeah, I did too.
I used to be a flight attendant, and we had to wear heels when we were in the cabin. So, I mean, when you did service, you could switch your shoes, but when you were in the airport, if anybody wants to be a flight attendant, please let me know. I could give you the ins and outs of it. I loved it. But anyways, you had to wear, when you were in the airport, you had to wear your heels, but when you were in service, you could put flats. So I had the heels, but now these heels are
I don't know
heels.
how these girls do it. Yeah.
I give them a lot of credit, and
Yeah, I
they
do
look
too.
gorgeous doing it. So,
See, now I'm all on comfort.
but you weren't always like that, man.
No, I do wear heels.
We have to roll with the times here. So, okay, so our expectations. Okay, if you find your own voice, so you are trying to reach everybody else's expectations.
Yeah, but sometimes your voice, let me say this, is not loud. Some people have a loud voice. I don't mean that they're loud mouth, but they just are able to have the voice to be heard. And some people just are real quiet and they just sit there and just take this for instance.
Wait a second. But Carol's got a light voice, but she's got.
No, I don't
voice,
mean that.
voice.
I meant a voice.
Oh, you mean
voicing
timid.
opinion.
You mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Now you get women at church. Some of them can get in. I could never go up to the altar and turn the flowers and put the thing. I could never do that. And I do. I tell them, thank God we have you that you could do that. I can't go up there and turn the candles off, fix the flowers.
Why? You must really care about what people think of you. Then,
No, I just can't do it.
then it's not an interest.
What do you think it is that's bothering you that you can't
Yeah.
do it? What is it that you feel you're going to fail or what?
At folding a flower?
No, I just don't want people to look at me or something. That's just like we go to a restaurant. Put me in a corner. I'm fine. You go.
That's
and have your
self-esteem,
whatever.
then something. Then that's not like that's just. Then you just have an issue of being on display.
Yes, I do.
Okay, well we are on display right now. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but I don't know it.
you don't-
I just feel 3 women are sitting around and
and
talking.
we are. It's true.
And I don't want to listen to them.
But there might be a time where people are going to want to see you. At some point, we're getting
Well, I'm
comments where
gonna
people
wear
want
a
to see us.
hat.
No,
I'm
you're
gonna
not.
see
We're not going to
you.
even let you do that.
I
That's
got
not-
this real big hat with a real big veil. And
Why would you? You are a
I'm gonna
beautiful
sit-
79-year-old woman.
no,
Why would
I
you
don't know what
even-
I'm gonna do, girl, to be honest.
You have to. You have
That's
to get
just
a-
like when I went for this. I said, "Oh, they're gonna have to pry me into that doctor's office."
I mean, that's the thing. I think there has to be self-esteem.
It's not gonna be easy for me to get
Self-esteem. You just got to get good self-esteem and have a good sense of yourself, right? That you matter.
Mm-hmm.
I like myself, but I'm not a show off. Oh, wait a minute. That's
do you
what
consider
Mrs.
that as a
Bush
show?
said to President Bush. His mother said to him, what was it? Don't praise yourself or something.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah,
quote.
was it?
because-
Yeah, so that's me.
President Bush just passed
Yeah.
away this week, and
And there was about something his mother said, and that's the way I feel. Don't sit there and, oh, here I am.
no, but I mean, I think people are just outgoing in that sense. I think there's a lot of. Yeah, he did have a good quote, and I don't remember what it was.
What
It
the
was
mother
something like
told
that.
him, don't be a show off, something like
Yeah,
that.
I
Maybe
might
you
have
could
to look that up.
How are you a show off?
No, I'm not. I see a different side of you than you see of yourself. Because you pull a better part of me out of me
Aw,
with your personality.
Carol.
That's the truth. Like when we went to Navy Pier that time, I had the time of my life with you. We talked to people we don't know.
Yeah.
They were from France, Italy, Germany.
I still
don't-
have that sweatshirt.
And we had the time of our life.
And so
And
many
I-
people have the same birthday.
And as much as I have talked in front of as many as 400 people that I've
Wow.
given speeches to or did whatever, I ran meetings and everything. I used to do a lot of that. Do I like doing it? No. Do I feel like I'm should be doing it? No. And even when I go into a group, let's say there's a social going on and there's different tables of different people, I know all of these people from just being in organizations and that, but to just go in there and sit down and talking to them, I'm too shy for that. Because they're with their own little group and I don't think I should interrupt their little group.
See, I'm with you. I wouldn't do it either.
And
Wait, I'm looking this up and I'm not listening to you. Hold on a second about the mother quote. Mother.
So why did you do it?
because I put, another thing I did when I was in my younger
How about
years?
that we stood in front of those people? There was that big show going on.
Yes, and we went up on the
It's
stage.
my birthday.
Yes, nothing stopped us. I'm
Not
telling
that
you.
day, yeah.
That was a beautiful day.
Okay,
That
wait.
one.
And but what I did do when I was younger, in my I'd say later 20s, at our church they had a musical play that they put on for the nuns and the teachers and everything for Christmas, and they'd ask parishioners to help come in and perform on stage.
Oh, really?
And I would get up on that stage and do one-liners. I even sang, and I can't sing, and I sang a solo.
Well, then,
And not because I wanted to do it or get the recognition for it. I did it because I was so afraid to do it that I made myself do something I didn't think I could do.
oh, I could see that. Yeah.
And so those are things I used
Yeah.
to do is I pushed myself. But to go into a crowd, like when you go into a house, say you're going to a house party and you just walked in, there's a whole room full of people there and they're all talking and that. I want to be that person hidden in the room
That's what I
someplace.
do.
You don't
I
like
wanna
to. You
be-
don't like to walk into an unknown room where you don't
Right,
know
no.
people.
After I get, maybe...
Well, you guys better get out of that situation.
And I get intimidated by people.
But I think I can do it because I'll have Barbara by my side.
That's a good thing.
And she'll
So
help
if
me.
we come out in public,
by
we're gonna.
people
You guys
with
are gonna
power.
have to get rid of that because you all have to, like you do, and that's a good comment. That's a very great compliment to my mom. Is that she feels safe with you, that you had fun and you guys did good, and you do when you go out with girlfriends. You do have good, just like when you're out with your girlfriends. You're gonna have different fun than if you were to go out with your husband and a couple,
Oh my
different
gosh,
couples.
yes.
You know what I mean? So you have to. I don't know. I can't find the quote, so forget it.
Well, there are times, you got to have a little courage, too.
Yeah, well,
That helps to have a good time.
well, yeah, but you don't want to do that. But I don't know. I don't know.
No, I get very intimidated. Say, like, if somebody's an owner of a company or they have quite a bit of money, I get very intimidated. That's why I got in business, because of him. I sit there.
Do you think social media, TV, is showing us or showing our kids that they don't have a voice because they're intimidating?
I think they have a better voice because they could type
Social
it down
media, yeah.
and nobody knows who's doing it, no?
That's what I
Yeah.
think.
But then that's really not their voice. If it's not coming from them, or they're not recognizing, or they're not telling people who they are, they're hiding from themselves. You know what I mean?
Say that again?
Like if a kid, if a kid's on the computer, you're like, oh yeah, they find their voice because they're on the computer. Like, let somebody make a comment under a wrong, incorrect name. Sure, they'll say what they think, but they're really not saying it as themselves.
But
You know
my
what I mean?
thing is always be careful what you write down. You could say it, but once you write it, it's there. You can't deny it. So if you are going on the social media, kids, be careful what you say.
And you do, and that's a good point. A lot of college kids or even high schoolers, they don't realize, they don't care. They post any picture, if they're drinking, whatever. Businesses now, people who are going for job interviews, they look up your social media accounts. Please do not be out there like you are. Just represent yourself in a respectful way, because they will not hire you. I'm telling you, they won't. So there was a story. I think my daughter said that there was two girls going for the same job. The one girl had more credentials and had more experience than the other girl, but the one girl's social media was horrific, and they hired the one with the lesser experience. So
Or else that one time there was trouble at a school. Girls were just typing stuff.
bullying. Yeah, that's another in itself.
Or
then
someone's
somebody
always
else
taking movies of you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be careful, too, with that voice.
You just don't want to be afraid.
It's such a
speak.
it's such a fine line now, because like you just said, there's cameras everywhere. You go downtown, or got to be careful all the time.
I think you can't live that way. You can't live worrying about what's around you or who's videoed. I mean, I don't think about it, and I don't think you could live your life like that. I don't know. Do you really? I mean, I don't even think of it.
I want to think that nobody really cares what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But
That's number
I
one.
think we have to teach our kids, or try to, even ourselves, that we have to worry about what we think about ourselves than worrying about what other think about us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that comes with age. Like in my 20s, I worried about everything. At college, are you kidding? Now in my 50s, I don't really give a shit what anybody thinks.
Yeah.
They could tell me whatever. I'm loud, outspoken. I really don't care. So I'm me, and if you don't like me, don't hang around with me. I don't care.
Yeah. Life is different now, though.
But you have to set your standards for yourself.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And you have to
yes.
follow those standards. You may go off those standards here and every now and then, but you have to.
That's what I was going to bring up, our inner voice. What about your inner voice, the one that talks to you?
Yes, your intuition.
Yes.
Yes, that's major.
I don't have good intuition.
What?
No, some people do.
My intuition is on point every time.
I'm bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought every woman has good intuition.
No, I don't.
Do you have good
I
intuition?
feel I have good intuition, yes.
Oh, no, I don't have good intuition.
I always tell my kids, follow your intuition. It always is right.
Oh, I agree with you on that. I don't know.
So do you remember anything that you were wrong in your intuition?
Your intuition, and you didn't
Oh,
come?
God, I can't think of it right now because you got me nervous.
Don't be nervous. You're only in front of 1 million people.
I can't think of it. Yeah, I'm sure there were a lot of times that my intuition was wrong.
That you thought that did you act on your intuition and you were wrong?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I get myself in trouble, and I thought, here I am trying to be a nice guy, and now I'm in trouble.
That's
My
why,
intuition
that's
was
why
wrong.
you don't open up, because you don't want to get people
trouble.
mad at you. People get over it. They'll be mad, and then they'll get over it if they're, if they're mature and
True, I agree with you. All right. And then they're not your friend.
right.
That's the biggest thing. If they're not going to get over it, they weren't truly your friend in the first
But
place. I know everybody gets mad at me to say this, but in the movie The Love Story, what was her? Ally McGraw said to Ryan O'Neal, or one of them said to her, love is never having to say you're sorry. I believe that, but a lot of people tell me I'm so wrong with that. But I believe in that statement.
I don't think that implies for every situation. I think sometimes you need to hear you're sorry because you need to hear it. I don't think that's for every situation.
But that's words. Action speaks louder than words.
Okay, one's if you need to hear it because, that person's not showing you anything.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
Yeah, that's
Honey,
what it was in that movie.
I just wanted to be with her one night. But I don't have to say I'm sorry because I love you.
Great way to show it.
Gonna throw it at her.
No, I do not. No, I do not believe that.
That little statement. Throw it again.
That's my mom.
And stop, darling.
Somebody will screw her and she'll be like, oh no, they don't need to say they're sorry. What?
You do love me, don't you?
Yeah. I mean,
no, don't tell me.
That's a line of a movie. She leads her life with that, though. If something happens, she'll say, "Oh no, you don't need to say you're sorry." What? Yeah, I need to hear it. Sorry. Okay.
Now that we put that one through the mill.
I know, and I think
let's who wrote that movie? Let's call him and ask him.
Let's call who starred in it.
Ally McGraw and Ryan O'Neal.
She's so pretty. She's still so pretty.
Is she still alive?
Yeah.
Well, let's see who wrote that, and I would like to question him on that.
That could be your homework, since she still didn't do homework for notes for our shows today. But so that could be your homework. Look that up, and you can contact them.
There was Love Story. Was the name of the movie?
Love Story.
With a bunch of girls, and let's say high schoolers. I think if one of the girls is bullying another little girl, like, how do you teach your girls to stick up for that bully?
I hate them.
I know. That's going to be another podcast because that's going to be a long one because I have a lot to say about that. But how do you teach your girls to stick up for, and then the girls won't do it because they're afraid that the other girls will turn on them. You know what I mean? That's just been since I can remember. I don't know.
Well, this is for instance, when I was a little girl in first or second grade, we had this nun that was really mean. I mean, really mean. She pulled the hair out, so I didn't want to go to school. My dad said, "You got it." I said, I can't go to school.
She plucked your hair up?
No, this little kid. So, and she was very mean. She was, the girl. And I thought, I'm not going to school. They want him. And I said, my dad says, he picked up the phone. "Hello, is this the home for girls? Come and get my daughter. She won't go to school." And I wouldn't. I was very stubborn. And it took a long time before I told him why I wouldn't go to school.
Because a little girl pulled your hair?
No, because the nun was very, very mean.
Oh, I thought you said a little girl pulled your hair.
No, the nun pulled the hair.
What would your father have? Would your father have gone to the school then?
He did go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did he tell off the nun?
Well, he talked, see what was going on. He talked to the principal, see what was happening.
My
took a long time for me to tell him.
But see, that's where we have to.
My sister about.
But look at in the long run. Look at in the long run. He stuck up for you, and he made it better. You have to trust.
Again, you didn't let your voice be heard.
No, see, I'm not.
No, okay. And we have to learn to navigate disappointment too, when it comes to finding your voice. But yet you have to know that you're not perfect, and you have to navigate. And we have to teach our kids: if you're disappointed, it's okay. Tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
And start over.
Pick yourself up, dust yourself off.
Bullying's tough though, and we're going to have a segment on it. That's a tough.
But some people they're so proud of their kids when they're bullies.
Or not my kid. Mm-hmm. That's a favorite quote.
Yeah.
All right, and then what else? What else
about the voice?
Yeah.
I have no more to say about it. I'm just there are
loud
loud
I'm sure
voices.
You got something to say.
No, there are loud voices and there are timid voices. Well, and that to me makes the world go round.
You don't have to always have one lane. You can't always be the timid one or the quiet one. You could.
Oh, there are times when I get.
Isn't there like you get a certain group always together and there's a one voice that always is talking over everybody else, and it's just like she has everything to
Me?
say. No, not you, no. But she always has everything to say, and the rest of us all just stand around because she's like the head speaker.
Oh.
Isn't
In
there
a
that one?
No, I
Just
agree with
conversation.
you.
She's
Yeah.
always the one
Like,
that's
are
just
you around a
control.
table, like
Just when
talking
you go out
and
for,
hanging
you're
out?
going out
Yeah.
for cocktails, you're going out for dinner,
And she's
whatever.
always.
She's always the one.
Do you
that-
ever say, "Hey, Sue, can you let everybody else speak"? Does anybody ever?
I don't think it's something like you'd
Is
say.
it
it's
that
just-
bad?
I'm
Like
just
she's-
saying. No, I'm
She
sure
doesn't
out
have
there.
to her,
I'm
but
just
it-
saying in general, there is always
that's
that one
happened to
person.
me.
Yeah, there's always the one
happened to
person
me.
that says that just does all the talking.
And you want to give your opinion and you
Yeah.
can't.
See, I'm kind of. I mean,
Yeah,
this
that's
is a
happened to me.
This is a different situation. You know, but I mean, if I'm in a group and if I feel like I'm talking a lot, I will back away and be like, I mean, you have to be self-aware a little bit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, finding your voice and then really finding it and keeping it on all the time.
But
is
there's
not
that
good
always
either.
that one person that just has
Yeah, I
comments
agree.
on every topic
Yeah.
that comes up. She knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all just like little puppies.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and
So
then-
she's like the queen bee,
Yes.
even at our age. You got
And she
queen
may
bees?
not even feel it. She may not even think
Oh.
it. But she just has the gift to talk and she uses it. Now, us being around, should we say something to her?
I was just gonna
we-
say, have you ever said?
No, we never say nothing. Just and it's not that it happens.
Just
you
so
know,
used to
This
it.
is like I'm talking about from before when I was hanging out with a group of friends.
Yeah.
And there's always someone that has, and then there's always the one that's quiet, like me. I was the quiet one, and I would just listen.
Or
And
else
but I
you
had
know,
a lot to say. I just didn't think mine was worthy to hear.
That you can't really, you can't be like that, Carol. So now we know.
Well, now I'm not so much. As
No.
Barbara said, the older we get, we just say what we got to say because this might be our last.
I mean,
get up
that's
and go,
why
you
too.
know?
I mean, and that's why
I
you know I came up with the idea of starting the podcast because you know when you sit around, you know, women that you do love and trust, and have a conversation. The conversation is just could be so beautiful and you learn so much and you know I just think sometimes that's a missed opportunity, but that's why I think it's so important. You know, I mean, we're not experts, but we know.
just sit and talk your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you have a grandma's point of view,
And
you know,
you can
middle
take the
age,
opinion if you want, or
your
you
mother's
don't have
view,
to.
right? You just have to listen and soak it in and
That's
see
what
what
free
you want to
will is all about.
do. Yeah. All right.
Free
Well,
will to take what you
have
want.
your voice. Everybody, be courageous and have your own voice out there, and don't be afraid to speak, because if you don't speak, one day you're going to regret it.
They won't hear you.
They won't hear you, and so it's time.
Now there's a good boy. If you don't speak, they won't hear you.
Right.
I think we found a good one here together.
Well, wait. I
You
just have
haven't
one
come
last
up with
thing.
any
No, I
lately.
haven't.
I'm getting disappointed.
Yeah,
The golf
Carol's got
course and the
one-liners.
Jell-O. What was the Jell-O? I forgot that one.
Yeah, she's got one-liners. Carol's got one-liners, and we're gonna sell T-shirts on our Eddie and Me.
I don't know. I have them, but I come up with them.
No,
and don't
we're gonna
know
do it. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I'm getting sad now.
Well, wait. I just had a thought, and it was important.
That's right. There it goes.
See what we were talking about. Anyways, I don't know. So, if you don't say something, I know. If somebody is upset with you, and this is going to be the last thought before we sign off. If somebody's upset with you, let's say your girlfriend's upset and she's just kind of really cold towards you. I can't fit, or even at a store that you're shopping at or whatever. And I would always say, if I don't know that you're mad or you're upset with something I did, and you don't tell me, I can't fix it.
Yeah.
Like even if you're working at a store or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
If I don't know, I can't fix it. So don't be mad if I can't. If you so
Or
speak. your
don't
mind.
assume that I know what's
Yes,
bothering you.
yes.
Yeah.
Assuming
Yeah.
is yeah.
I agree with you. Don't assume. That's on anything. Don't assume nothing.
Yeah. Because
Don't assume that I made the reservations because you told me to. Double check and see if I did make those reservations.
yeah. So, all right, we're signing off for the day.
So take your voice and get back with us. Let us hear what you got to think, what you're thinking about with us.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carol?
Leave our comments. We want to hear and see what you have to say. Nothing shocks us, and our feelings won't be
Honestly.
hurt.
or
wanna hear.
anger or
Yeah, we want to learn.
judgmental.
Yes, we want to learn.
Or your
And
personal situations. Teach us something we
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
And we can learn and
We
be a better
challenge you
platform.
to teach
Yes.
us something we don't know
Yeah.
because we think we know it all.
No.
Everything but
At
almost.
this table,
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
No, but it'd be interesting if we could do. We want to be the best we can for our listeners. So if we could do better, and you have any ideas that we're doing something wrong or we should do something better, let us know. We're never too old to learn.
No.
All right. Have a great evening, day, and we will see you next time. Be good, be safe, and be happy.